You're live. 1, 2, 3,
Hello.
and go.
You do that every time.
I know. I like it.
It's like our like white flag or something for
Yeah.
NASCAR or something. It's white, right?
I know. I watched
The white
something else,
flag.
and the guy always does that, so
Okay.
I wanted to do it.
There you go.
Welcome, everyone, to the
Hello.
nursing school show.
Yes. Today we're talking about how to study pharmacology
Pharmacology.
in nursing school.
It's
We have the
Christina,
box,
by the
right?
way. I'm Matthew. Christina's the nurse. I'm the not nurse.
The not nurse.
And we're here to talk pharmacology.
That's great. Hello.
If you guys have
Welcome,
any
everybody.
questions, also be sure to pop them down into the chats.
Hi, Emmy.
Also hit subscribe, hit the bell so that you can follow us and join us on all our lives and fun adventures. Yes, I do have the boxes.
Hi,
So
Francesca.
we are doing something fun and fancy today.
We
While
fancy
we
things.
are on our live, since we are talking about pharmacology, we have our nursing school pharmacology box that we have available on our shop, nursingsos.com/shop.
Why do we have paper towels behind us?
Oh, I had those there. And while we are live right now, if you use the code LIVE, you can get 10% off your entire purchase. So we have another box in there too. If you want to get both of them, you get 10% off everything. But since we're talking about pharmacology, we're talking about we'll be looking at the farm box.
Yep.
So this farm box is everything you need to know about pharmacology, right? I don't know. I'll let you talk about it since you're the nurse.
So in the pharmacology box, we've got a bunch of awesome things. Yeah, we don't need paper towels. I don't know what those are there for. How to study pharmacology. So in the pharmacology box, we have everything to help you study pharmacology in nursing school. So in this video, I wanted to walk through the step-by-step process for how to study pharmacology. And so we give you this process inside of the box, but I want to talk about it today as well and give you some really good tips to help you study pharm. And then I guess I can show you the box. I can show
what
you
else
what
is
it
in
looks
it?
like.
What else is in it? Here, I'll be Vanna White. There we go.
Yeah.
We have a
what's in the box card.
So
and then we can't show really the secret surprises. There are secret surprises, but we will just show you the things that are not the secret surprises. So we do have a medication reference guide for you. Do we have an open box?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
all right. We sold them all.
Right, there we go.
So, okay. Medication reference guide. So this is going to walk you through exactly what you need to know for your clinicals when you're on the floor for your medications. So we have a guide, contents guide in the front, so you know where to find your medications, and then you can flip through it to find them. So that's super, super handy for clinical.
And again, we'll be going over this more in depth and go through some tips and maybe go through some specific meds. So also throw down any meds that you might want to take a look at too. That might be fun.
And then medication, we have a medication badge card for you. So it has really like key points that you need to know for your medications at clinical. So you can put this on your badge card. We've got insulins and medication endings. And then we have a flashcard deck. Should I open this? I'm going to open this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we have a deck of flashcards for you. So these are like, if you remember, there was a YouTube video that I did, I think last year on med cards. It's one of our more popular YouTube videos. People love that video.
Actually, I believe if you go to the homepage of our YouTube site, so youtube.com/nursingsos, it's the pinned video right now. I was actually going to talk to you about that. But,
It is the pinned video up there. If you go to youtube.com/nursingsos, you'll see that video right there. So if you have any questions on how to create med cards, that is the video you want to watch. If you want to create them yourself. Now, if you don't want to create them yourself, no problem. We do it for you. So we have flashcards that have all the information that you need to know as you are studying in nursing school. So as you guys know, if you have been around here for 2 seconds, you have heard me say again and again and again, focus on learning the mechanism of action, right? Of the medications. So medications, you'll see they all have a mechanism of action. Do you see that? Mechanism of action right there at the top. Oh, YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I think it's clear on Instagram, I think, but YouTube's a little bit blurry. I'm sorry about that. But the mechanism of action is how does the medication act in the body? So you really need to, I'm just going to mess up all these numbers here on the flashcards. You have to understand how the medication acts in the body before you can understand everything else about it, like the side effects. Let me just take this one.
What's a good
like the side effects, the nursing assessment and considerations, patient education points that you need to teach your patient about. So example, like insulin, right? If your patient is they're recently diagnosed with diabetes, then they might be on insulin if that's something that the doctor prescribes for them. So you have to do a lot of patient education around administration at home, right? Because your patient is going to have to be doing that. So we have all of that stuff for you on the flashcards. But again, we have our YouTube video on how to make med cards as well. But this is so helpful because you don't have to do it yourself. Let me do it for you in the beautiful flashcards. So there you go. So I want to walk through the, don't want to right. I'm just going to keep this out because I am going to use it all. So also in the pharmacology box is the guide on how to study pharmacology step by step. So like I said, if you guys have been around for 2 seconds here, you know that we have our step by step guide on how to study pharm. Like we have a very, very simplified process of studying pharmacology.
Simple is always good
in nursing school. I love simple.
And before you do that, just quick tangent. Ashley from Instagram was asking, she did notice that there are specific colors. So on the flashcards, if you can see that. Yep. Different colors. Yes, they are specific to the system of whatever the med is for. So I think red is cardiac.
You can kind of identify it based on endocrine, renal, GI, all this stuff. So all the body systems is broken up by color. And we do have it like in the med guide and actually here. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
We have a key card for you. So it is broken up there and you know what flashcards you're looking at, what body system it's part of. So we make it super easy for you.
Right.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. So the first step of our process is always, always, always make a list of the medications that you need to know. So you need to make a list of all the medications that you need to know. So, okay, here's what I would do in nursing school. When you go to your clinical site, your patients are going to be on a gazillion medications. To put it nicely. There's a lot of medications that are given at clinical, right? A lot of medications that you have to know. So what I would do, that was really helpful for me, is to write out the whole list of medications. And then I kept like it wasn't an Excel spreadsheet because I wasn't all that fancy, but it was a Word document that I put a table in. Okay, so it's like the non-Excel,
I use Excel
version. I am not techie. I don't understand Excel. So I just listed it out in Word on a table. Like I created a table in Word or like Google Docs or whatever and created a table. So like medication name in one column, like the class in another column. So you can make a list of your medications. So do it that way. Create a Word document, create an Excel spreadsheet if you're fancy like that, and then put the medication in that first column and say like, this is the medication name. These are all the medications that I need to know for nursing school for this clinical. And then what you're going to want to do is break them up by medication class. Now, this is where I think a lot of nursing students get kind of stuck, is the having to learn medications individually. And that is not what we want to do. So maybe you know this, maybe you don't. But if you learn medications individually, like that's going to take you a whole lot of time. But if you can group them by pharmacologic class or therapeutic class, that way you can learn your medications by class and not individually. So every medication that is part of a medication class will all act the same or similarly in the body. So they basically will do the same thing, right? They have the same or similar mechanism of action. Okay. So when you look at if you look at our flashcards inside the pharmacology box, if you look at, your drug guide or, our med guide, they will all have the mechanism of action. So all medications have a mechanism of action, and medications, when they're all part of one class of drug, pharmacologic class or therapeutic class, they will act the same or similarly in the body. So that means they have similar side effects. That means that you can assess for similar things. So let's say we're giving a cardiac medication. You're going to want to assess their heart rate, pulse, their blood pressure, right? If you're given a cardiac medication, you want to assess those things. So if they're part of the same medication class, then they'll have similar things to assess for. They will have similar nursing considerations, similar patient education, all of that. So here's really what this does for you. This really will cut your study time down by a lot, really by a third or a quarter of the studying that you will have to do when you learn it in this way. So that is why we teach it that way. So instead of learning your medications individually, there's a gazillion of them, all of these. We have here for you 129 meds. Instead of learning them all individually, group them by class. Okay, so either pharmacologic or therapeutic class, group them in that way so that you can learn them all together rather than individually. And that is really, really, really going to save you a ton of time. So that is step number 2, categorize them individually. Now, step number 3.
Before we go to step number 3, just
it.
a couple questions that I wanted to answer. Someone asked, do we ship to Australia? Unfortunately, we do not. We only ship to the US.
Yep, domestic
right?
US.
Domestic US. So sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then how much are they? Actually don't know.
Did you talk about the 10%
Yeah,
off?
I don't talk. I actually don't remember the cost of it right off the top of my head. But if you go to nursingsos.com/shop, it's there. And while we are live right now, you can use the code LIVE and get 10% off your whole purchase, whatever that may be. So
absolutely, use the code LIVE. Is it LIVE lowercase or is it LIVE?
I don't believe it matters. Just LIVE.
LIVE.
So, there you go.
LIVE.
So we only ship domestic US. So
sorry about
keep that in mind. Will we be shipping to Australia someday? I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. I like to consider Australia as just an extension of the US, but the Postal Service does not think that. So until we figure that out,
think that way.
Canada.
No, we don't ship to Canada. So no, wherever the United States Postal Service ships to is where we ship to.
So
but no, those are things that we have thought about, and I would really, really like to do. It's just a matter of when and how, honestly, because the how is a lot more intricate than I had originally anticipated, because I have looked into this. I have looked into how to ship to Australia, and it is a lot harder than I thought it would be. So same thing with Canada. I mean, you're like right there.
You're just right there.
You are right next door.
You are US's hat, and I can't can't figure that out. So
and it's a lot.
You are
harder.
Our neighbors. Yes, that is exactly right.
I agree.
To throw them over the fence. I don't know.
Like genuinely. Oh man.
We'll keep looking into it. So until then, just follow along. We'll go through the last 2 steps of how to study pharmacology here in a bit. But
and now that I realize it, I kind of like already breezed through it, but I'm going to keep keep chugging along on the steps to make it simple for you.
And while she's doing that, if you guys have any specific pharmacology questions, maybe specific meds that we can see if we have the flashcard for, maybe, or any other nursing school questions, go ahead and pop them in the comments. I do keep track of them, and if we don't get to them today, we will get to them on some of our lives. So also be sure to subscribe. Thanks.
Yep. So step number 3 is the mechanism of action. So learn the mechanism of action of the medication class. So like I said, when you are, that's a good one. When you are learning pharmacology, you absolutely have to know the mechanism of action of the medication. Like we said, when you are learning it individually, it is such a waste of time because, like I just said, we have 129 medications here for you. 129. These are the medications you need to know in nursing school. And if you are going to learn 129 medications, you need a better way of doing that. That does not take up 129 million hours.
Again, we want you to study more efficiently and smarter, not necessarily harder, if that will work. So that is one of the tricks, tips that we have for you.
Absolutely. So when you are learning them, like we said, break up the medication by pharmacologic or therapeutic class. And then that class, that pharmacologic class or that therapeutic class will have a mechanism of action. It's going to be the mechanism of action of the class. So for example, furosemide. Furosemide I always use because pretty much everybody knows it. Where is... Okay, you find it.
Okay, I will find furosemide.
So furosemide or Lasix, you've probably heard it as Lasix, but it is furosemide is the generic name. So furosemide is a loop diuretic. The class is diuretics. And what do diuretics do? Well, diuretics kick out water and electrolytes, so fluid and electrolytes from the body like nobody's business. Okay, so that is what they do.
Here.
And that's totally cool. So the mechanism of action, so that would be its mechanism of action, right? So diuretics kick out, fluid and electrolytes like gangbusters. So any diuretic medications that belong to, diuretic medications belong to that class, you just know that is what they do. They kick out fluid and electrolytes like nobody's business. So when you know that mechanism of action, do you then need to go through your whole list of diuretic meds to know what they do? No. So you don't need to itemize them out and like furosemide does this, like all the diuretics do this. You don't really need to do that because if you know that it's a diuretic and you know the mechanism of action of that class, you know that it kicks out two things, right? Fluid and electrolytes from the body like nobody's business. If you know that that's what it does, then you don't have to memorize it for each individual medication. Does this make sense? So Ariel, perfect.
Yep.
You're studying antihypertensive medications, right? So what are antihypertensive medications going to do? They're going to lower blood pressure. So if you have an antihypertensive medication, you don't need to, or if you have a list of antidiuretic medications, you don't have to memorize their mechanism of action individually, right? Wait, hang on. This is an antidiuretic medication, or I keep saying antidiuretic.
Antihypertensive.
Antihypertensive medication. So I know automatically because it's an antihypertensive medication, it's going to lower blood pressure. Right? Does that make sense? So this is beautiful. Like this is a fantastic way to study pharmacology because how many literally antihypertensive meds do we have? A gazillion. Like there's a ton of them. All in the cardiac color, red. So there are a ton that you need to know. But as long as you know that it's an antihypertensive, you know that it lowers blood pressure. There you go. So nice and easy. So there you go. That is the process for that. And then of course, step number 4 is to connect everything back to the mechanism of action. Okay. Ariel, I'm going to blow your mind right here. You ready? for furosemide, let's keep jamming on furosemide because it's the card that I have up. But furosemide being a diuretic. So diuretics do two things, right? Remember, kicks out fluid and kicks out electrolytes from the body like gangbusters. So when you know that mechanism of action, and then you look at the side effects, you look at the nursing assessment and the considerations for it, what kind of side effects would you expect to see? Well, if we're getting rid of a ton of fluid from the body, we're going to expect the patient perhaps, well, a side effect to be dehydration. It's exactly what we see. We would expect a side effect to be all of the decreased electrolytes, right? So hypotension, right? Dehydration and hypotension, hyponatremia, hypocalcemia, hypochloremia, hypokalemia. So it's just all the hypos, right?
Hypovolemia? No.
Yep, there you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, there you
Fluid
go.
volume deficit. Boom. See, you guys are so on top of it. I love it. Lolly and Ariel, fantastic. So hypotension, right? Decreased fluid volume. Those things that happen with dehydration. If we're getting rid of all of that fluid and all those electrolytes, that's exactly where we're going to see hypotension, then all the hypos. I just call it the hypos, hypocalcemia, hyponatremia, hypokalemia, all the things. So that is exactly right, Lolly and Ariel. Good job. Yes. Oh, and then of course, what are we going to assess for a medication that's a diuretic? Well, the biggest thing that comes to my mind is intake and output and daily weights. So we want to always make sure that we are assessing a patient's intake and intake and output, and then of course assess their daily weights. We know that daily weight is the most sensitive indicator for fluid status. So we want to make sure that we are, of course, assessing those. So sweet. Everyone on board with that?
That's what it says right here. Cool.
Did I get it right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So Ariel, for antihypertensives, right? So if we know that we are giving a blood pressure medication like an antihypertensive, we know that the mechanism of action is to decrease their blood pressure. What in the world are we going to assess for? Blood pressure, right? Right. So you've got to connect everything back to the mechanism of action, okay? So make sure that as you are studying medications, you are not memorizing. Okay, so all of these, all of your medications, right? Can I have a couple of them, please?
Okay, which ones you want?
I don't know any of them.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
There you go.
So I mean, look at the list of side effects. Like any medication that you are trying to learn in nursing school will have a very long list. YouTube, can you see that? I think it's blurry on YouTube. I'm sorry, but Instagram it's clear. Sorry about that. It's a long list. It's a long list of side effects, right? I do not want you to memorize a list. That is not what we do here. What we do here is the critical thinking behind it. And how you do that is learning the mechanism of action of the drug class. So knowing what the medication does, learning what that class of medications does, and then connecting everything else back to that mechanism of action for the class, okay? So literally, when you break your meds up by class, I will literally cut your study time by a third, maybe even a quarter. So helpful, okay?
Just really quickly, Lolly, understandable. You have a med surg exam tomorrow, so good luck.
Congratulations.
Let us know how it goes.
0830.
Oh, 0830.
Yep, very nice.
So also this replay will be up, so you can always catch up with us later or more lives. Just keep joining us. Yeah,
absolutely.
Good to have everyone for sure. Leah, cool. I literally just started Pharm. Awesome.
Yeah, I hope this is helpful for you. Okay, bye, Ariel. Oh, wait, thanks, guys. Sorry, I thought you said you were leaving. Never mind. I think
do you have a card handy now?
I'm glad, Ariel, that it helped.
Hypophosphatemia.
No.
Okay.
Someone said that it was more. Someone said good morning to us. Who said good morning? Can
Oh,
you scroll
did
back
someone
up?
say good morning?
I just caught that,
Oh.
and it was up there. Someone
Good
said good
morning.
morning, and I want to know where you are, Siskana. I want to know where you are in the world. I'm just curious.
Yes.
Because when you tell me good morning and it's night where I live, I'm curious to see where you're at.
Oh, and someone's
Okay, go
asking
ahead.
like, when do we come live? So we are just starting to go live again. It's been
What days is
it's
it?
been a little bit. So we're trying to figure
Mhm.
out what days work best. So what days work best for you guys?
Yeah.
And also be sure to hit subscribe, hit the bell so that you do not miss us. And all the replays are always up on our YouTube channel too. But we are trying to figure that out.
Mhm.
What times work best for everyone to go live?
Yes. So yeah, we're kind of like we're going live when we can go live, you know, uh with all the children. So nights work best for us because you know, when they're in bed. So let us know if nights, you know, what time in the evening works well for you, what time zone you're in. That would be
nights
super
for us.
helpful.
Apparently for Siskana in United Kingdom, it's not quite
Oh,
nighttime. So
okay. Interesting. What is the time difference between here and there? That is a really
I
great
don't
question. What time is it, Siskana, in the
know.
United Kingdom right now? Tell me. You said it's morning. It's got to be pretty early morning. I think it's pretty early morning.
Lolly, we'll catch you later. Everyone say good luck to Lolly.
Good luck, Lolly.
And
You're
anyone
gonna
else
do
that has
great.
tests tomorrow as well. And still want to hang out with us. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
there you go. Kyle, you said you had
My first farm class yesterday, and I don't think I clicked on this live fast enough. Awesome. How'd the first class go, and what questions do you have for us?
In the United Kingdom, it's 3:27 a.m. That's what I was thinking. Like, it's gotta be so early. Wow. Why are you awake? Are you going to clinical? So yeah, in nursing school, I just remember, man, I was up so like at 3 a.m. genuinely 3 a.m. Getting ready for clinical because it was about an hour drive. And you had to be there at like 5:30 for pre-conference, right? Like, okay, what time do your clinical start? No, I'm
Whoa, here in
curious.
Australia, it is. Oh, and the whole date, because you're
The
in the
whole-
future.
The whole
You
date
are
is
in
weird.
the future.
27:01.
Yep.
Yeah. 14:30.
Well, thank you all for joining us from
Wow.
all over the place. This is actually kind of
Crazy.
fun.
It's 5 here. Okay, where are you, video ultimatum? Am I
It's
reading
5
that right?
somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So that's pretty
great.
cool.
Someone asked if we were in California. We are not in California. We are. Why can't I not scroll? We are in the U.S. though.
Yes. So we only
Um,
ship in the U.S.
We
And
only-
by the way, if you guys want to take a
Egypt.
Wow. Egypt. Awesome.
Egypt. This is fantastic. I love knowing where you guys are in the world. We should really ask this more
Yes,
often.
we should.
This is a great question. Philippines.
Hey,
Congratulations.
it's my peeps. If you didn't notice,
It's 11:28.
you know, that's, yeah.
Yay. I think we missed some questions on Instagram. I'm sorry. If we
Okay,
missed
go
your
ahead and
question,
scroll up. Also, go ahead and post your farm questions or any other nursing school questions. And like I said, we're going over farm right now and going over our farm box. If you want to take a look at it, it has all this fancy cool stuff. nursingsos.com/shop. If you buy it while we are live, get 10% off the entire purchase. Just use code LIVE.
Yes.
LIVE. We only ship in the US though. I guess
Sandal, Houston, Brian, what did I miss? The pharmacology box, our nursing school pharmacology box that comes with the flashcards, the med guide, special bonuses that I can't show you because it's a surprise when you get the box.
There you go.
It is 10% off only while we are live right now. So use the code LIVE. Go to our shop, go to nursingsos.com/shop and use the code LIVE and you will get 10% off your purchase. We actually have the farm box and someone asked about dose calc here. The dose calc box is 10% off right now as well, just while we are live.
Yeah, so Francesca asked, hi, MedMath help.
Med math help, yes. So the dose calc box will absolutely help with that. And then we are going to do a live. I was just talking to a nursing student today, this morning about it. We are going to do a live video on dose calc as well to help you with that. But we are going through the steps for pharmacology. And I do just have some other pharmacology tips that I want to share with you.
Okay.
Really, of course, like I really just want to drill this down, you guys. I really want all of you to hear me right now, okay? Learn your medications by class, not individually.
I think that's probably your top thing. If you
That
don't
is the
remember
top
anything
thing.
else about this live, remember that.
Yes.
Group your meds by class. It will save a lot of time and energy.
So much time. So much time it will save you. Literally by a third or a quarter, depending on how many meds you have and how nicely they fit into classes. So the medication class, either therapeutic or pharmacologic, the medications in that class will act the same or similarly in the body. So instead of learning them all individually, you can just learn them by class, learn the mechanism of action for that class, and then you will know the mechanism of action for all the medications that are a part of that class. Like Ariel before, you were asking about anti-hypertensive medications. I do not know what is happening with my words tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. It's a little bit late. Diuretic medications we talked about. So, these are the classes, right? The therapeutic classes. When you can group your medications by class and then learn them that way, it's just going to save you so much time rather than having to learn them all individually. Because seriously, how many antihypertensive medications are there? How many beta blockers are there, right? How many diuretics? There's a lot of medications that fit into one class, but they all do the same thing, right? They all do very similar things. So then we're going to move on and talk about how does the mechanism of action relate to everything else? So, right, guys, this is the critical thinking of nursing school. This is the critical thinking part that's really, really important. You are not going to be tested on how well you memorize a list of side effects. You're just not. You are going to be tested on how well you critically think through what that mechanism of action does, and then what side effects could potentially occur because of that mechanism of action, what assessments you should probably do for that mechanism of action, how to give the medication, what considerations you need to take into consideration, all of those things. That is the critical thinking part. But it all stems from the mechanism of action, okay? So tie it all back to the mechanism of action. Now, so that's, like Matthew said, that is my big, if you don't take away anything else from this live, take away that. Please, please, please. Group your medications by class, whether it be the pharmacologic class or the therapeutic class, what have you. Group them by class, okay? Now, the second tip that I really want to talk about, because I think it's really, really cool, is side effects, okay? So side effects, like we talked about already with furosemide. I used furosemide Lasix because most nursing students have heard of it before. When you just start nursing school, it's one of the first medications you usually learn because a lot of your patients are going to be on it. So furosemide is a diuretic, okay? It's a loop diuretic. It's going to kick out fluid and electrolytes from the body like nobody's business, right? We said that earlier. So the side effects, if you are studying side effects in nursing school, I want you to be thinking about what would happen if the medication worked too well. Like if furosemide just went gangbusters and just worked way too well than we wanted it to, what would happen? And so if furosemide's mechanism of action is to kick out fluid and electrolytes from the body in massive quantities, then what would we expect to happen if it worked too well? If it kicked fluid and electrolytes out of the body in massive, massive, massive quantities? Really, what would you expect to happen? That will be your side effects most often, okay? So exactly what we would see. If you're kicking out a lot of fluid from the body, hypotension, dehydration, right? Patient doesn't have, if you don't have fluid in your pulsing through your veins, you're going to be hypotensive, low blood pressure, okay? Dehydrated. And then if we're getting rid of a whole lot of electrolytes, we're going to see all those electrolyte levels drop, right? The hypos, I call it I call them the hypos of everything. So hypotension, hyponatremia, hypokalemia, hypocalcemia, hypochloremia. You're going to see all of those drop because we're getting rid of them via the medication. Okay. So side effects, when you learn side effects, when you think about side effects, connect them back to the mechanism of action. And also just keep in your mind what would happen if the medication worked too well. And that will oftentimes be the side effects that you will see. Huge tips. Okay. So if you are just joining us right now, I know that a lot of you are just coming on. I see a lot of you joining on Instagram and YouTube right now. Please go back and rewatch this live video. Just because I don't know if I've ever taught it in this way before. And I think this was really helpful. So I just want to make sure that all you guys here right now, if you missed me going through these steps, if you missed some of the tips, please rewatch this live video and take notes if you need to, because I mean, this is how you need to be studying pharmacology. I get so surprised that they don't teach it this way in nursing school. I did not learn this in nursing school. I came up with this myself. Like, these steps is how I studied in nursing school. I created this process because it works. It worked for me. It works for our Nursing SOS members. It works. So following these 4 steps, the step-by-step process for studying pharmacology is just going to save you so much time. I really wish they taught it this way in nursing school. So.
And yes, we do save our lives both on YouTube and on Instagram, right?
Yes.
Instagram, we save them too. So,
yes, the live will be up on
they
both.
are there, so definitely follow us or subscribe, hit the bell, and go back and look. Yes, this is a really good one. I'm glad that we were able to actually look at what's in the farm box too and go through these cards.
Yeah, I think the cards help you kind of visualize it for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. How much for the whole set? I think I didn't look. It's $129 for, again, the flashcards, the box, the
so
guide.
It comes with the guide and the medication reference guide. So this, I didn't talk about too much, but this medication reference guide is what you would take with you to clinical. So in your drug guide, like your main textbook, right, drug guide, it's going to have a ton of information in it. A lot of that information you might not need. So we have condensed it down to the must know clinical info for you. Okay. In this medication reference guide, this is your clinical guide. So this is what you would take to clinical with you. And then as well as the badge card. So you would put this just on your name badge and keep it with you as a reference. And then of course, flashcards as you are studying at home. So there's 129 meds, 129 medication flashcards for you. So if you don't want to have to make and write out 129 med cards for yourself on your own, that's okay. You don't have to, because I did it for you.
So Donna has a good point. We should try and get it on Amazon for the UK. So
yeah, I wonder how that works. I'm not sure.
Currently, we only ship to the US. So
that's a great idea.
But yeah, we're looking at different options.
Let's take it. We're gonna write that one down.
See, that's my job as not a nurse is figuring out things to do as not a nurse. So there you go.
How to be helpful as not a nurse.
Helpful as not a nurse.
I think you're very, very helpful. I think you're very helpful.
Well, thank you.
So, okay. Let me know if this was helpful for you. How to study pharmacology. We walked through the step-by-step process. Like I said, if you were just joining us right now, please go back, rewatch this live, watch the steps. Queen Carol, what comes in the pharmacology box? So of course you get the flashcards that we've been going over. There's 129 medications that we walk you through. And then the clinical guide, the medication reference guide. You'll get the step-by-step process. You'll get special surprises that I'm not going to talk about because of course we have special surprises for you. Get the badge card.
The badge card. I wanted to it goes along with the grouping by class, but the medication
Yes,
endings.
that's true. I didn't mention
Yeah,
that.
just real
So
quickly.
we show you how to group your meds by class on the badge cards. Okay. So the badge card walks you through the medication endings so you can group your medications by class. Got it? All right. So that is what is in the box. While we are live on this video, you can get 10% off the box by entering the code LIVE, LIVE. Okay.
And
Live.
Marina, yeah, it does come in a box with it all together. We don't sell it separately.
No,
we
we
do
don't
package
sell
it
that.
all up together. So we have a couple. We have the 2 boxes. The farm box is what we're studying or what we're focusing on now. If you go to a shop, you also see the dose calc box. So we put them in boxes because there's a lot of fun, exciting things in there.
Mm-hmm.
Jerson from Colombia. It's 10:38 p.m.
10:38. See, yeah.
Very cool.
Yep, closer time zone.
I still like hearing where everyone is. That is
Yep.
good. We should keep track of where everyone is. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I really, really like this. I don't know if we've ever asked that before. So, I don't know. Does anybody here remember when we were doing lives about a year ago? Was anyone with us back then?
Oh,
Because
yeah, that's
that
a good,
was so
good question
fun.
too.
And I don't know if we actually ever.
Texas.
Texas,
Florida.
Miami. Hello. That's fantastic. I love this. I don't know if I don't think we've ever asked that question before. Where are you? Yes, Queen Carol, we are going to save the live. We'll save it both on YouTube and on Instagram. So check it out after. Sometimes, here's the thing. Sometimes Instagram can be a little it has its moments. So the live might not save or it might save. If it doesn't save, just check it on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely go to YouTube.
YouTube's a little more stable.
But it will,
with its personality.
We'll try and get it up on Instagram. Usually it works. So.
I keep telling Matthew, I recorded some really fun reels for Instagram, and then one day Instagram deleted all of them, all of my drafts. And then like a couple days later, they all came back and then they got deleted again. And now they're back again. So it's like it happened like twice in a row. So it's like I recorded them, they got deleted, then they came back, then they got deleted again, and now they're back. So
guys, if you haven't yet, be sure to follow Christina on Instagram too, because there's a lot of fun, exciting things there. She really likes doing the reels and stories. Also on TikTok as well. I think we're Nursing SOS official, right?
Yeah, because someone else had Nursing SOS, which is kind of funny.
Boston, New York City, Minnesota. Yes,
awesome.
And yes,
Boston.
Congrats and welcome everyone
Boston.
to our channel.
Awesome.
Be sure and subscribe and hit the bell if you like what you're hearing.
Yes, on
and
YouTube.
Also, what else you guys want to talk about for future lives too, and any other farm questions too.
Yeah,
while we're at it.
So future live videos, we have 2 topics that we need to talk about in the next few days. So dose calc, we're definitely going to be talking about dose calc soon. And then we had a lot of questions last night about the NCLEX.
Oh yes.
So the new NCLEX that's coming out, you guys have probably already heard about that, right? So we are going to be doing a whole live video on what the new NCLEX is going to look like. I'm going to give you tips for how to answer those types of questions. And so here's the thing. I have a very different opinion about the NCLEX than a lot of other people. So I'm going to share that with you on the live when we go live on that topic. Okay. So, this is really great. So make sure that you follow along on Instagram and on my Instagram stories, because usually, although I didn't do it today, but usually I'm pretty good at telling you when I'm going to go live on Instagram. Okay. So make sure to follow us on Instagram at Nursing SOS and follow along with my stories, because those are kind of fun.
They're kind of fun. Can you guys do video tips on MedSurg? So we did talk about, yes, we will talk about MedSurg a lot.
We could do a whole live on MedSurg. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, Ariel, because I just have so many tips. Like, you guys know me, I'm just overflowing with study tips for you for nursing school. Ariel, can you please tell me a quick question for you? What are you taking in your Med-Surg 1? What does Med-Surg 1
Oh, yes.
mean to you? Because different schools do it differently. I actually I don't even think they called it Med-Surg 1. They called it something else. Like nursing 201 or something, it wasn't Med-Surg 1. So just let me know, what are you covering like topic wise in your Med-Surg 1 class, just because different schools call it all different things. And I just want to make sure that I'm helping you as much as possible.
Also, another question for people while Ariel's getting back to us on that, farm related. We asked this the other day, but we didn't ask it tonight.
Okay.
People that are taking farm, is it an individual class for you guys, or is it broken up into
Yes.
all your classes kind of like sprinkled in everywhere, or is it a specific pharmacology class?
Yes.
I'm curious. We asked that the other day, and I want to know this group.
Does your school do you have to take, or are you required to take a pharmacology class that is separate from all your other classes? Or is your pharmacology like coursework broken up between all of your semesters or terms in your nursing program? Because sometimes it goes both ways. Actually, a lot of students on the live that we asked that, I think most students say that they had a separate class?
Yes.
Yeah, I think most students said they had a separate class, but mine was not. Mine was not separate.
Okay.
Mine, the first term, we asked them why, like we asked our instructors, why is there no pharmacology class? And they said it's broken up all through the program. So we had to go through like our whole pharmacology book a little bit each term. And that was so frustrating, because it's like you can't get away from it. Every single new term, you had a new section of that pharmacology book. And you just feel like crying all the time.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
On YouTube, mine is with pathophysiology. My university has a separate pharmacology class, so that's what we were hearing too. Mine chose a separate class a whole semester along with Med-Surg.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
see. And Ariel, back to Ariel's question too. Let's see. Concept-based Med-Surg. So instead of actual disease process, it's perfusion, skin integrity, fluid and electrolytes.
Yes, yeah, concept-based.
Yeah.
So you're so that's pretty much how most of them do it. So you're learning all the concepts, right? That is really how nursing school is structured, because they want you to, well, we want to know how to critically think. And so, well, I mean, really, who's a nursing SOS member here? Like, if you're a nursing SOS member, I know I've seen a couple of you on YouTube, but I don't know if I've seen any members pop up here on Instagram yet, actually. Oh, no, I did. Yes. Sorry. Yes, we do have some members on Instagram. So inside our membership community, that's why we teach it that way. We walk you through Med-Surg, we walk you through fundamentals, and it is concept based. So we walk you through the patho, the signs and symptoms, the nursing assessment, and the nursing interventions, and we critically think through all of it. We walk you through the critical thinking for all of it, so that you can pass your exams with, with your nursing program. So most nursing programs are concept based in that way. Yeah,
Amber.
Tina Amber, I'm a member.
Yay.
Yes, hand raised.
Hello.
I know we have some of you on Instagram too. Siskana, you're a member too. Yay. Awesome. I'm so glad to see you guys on here. You are fantastic.
Thanks for joining.
I love having you here.
You quickly mentioned those 4 things about Med-Surg, but Ariel, and on Instagram, someone was asking about Med-Surg also. We'll probably our next one.
We need to do a whole live.
We'll do a whole live, just like how this live
Med-Surg
was mostly about pharmacology. We'll do a whole live about Med-Surg and dive into those 4 things.
Yep.
And more detailed about tips on how to study Med-Surg.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I should mention for pharmacology, because we have a lot of members on here. I know more of you guys are on YouTube than are on Instagram. I only saw maybe 1 or 2 of you guys on. I know who you are. You get away from me. So inside the Nursing SOS membership community, as you know, but just a reminder, we have a whole medication database for you. So just go log into your dashboard. If you are struggling at all with learning pharmacology, just let me teach it to you. You do not have to be confused or overwhelmed about it. If you are a Nursing SOS member, log into your dashboard, click on the pharmacology course that we have for you in there, and we walk you through all your meds step by step. We help you with the critical thinking, connecting things back to the mechanism of action. Like, we do that for you. Like, we walk you through it. So just make sure, if you're a Nursing SOS member, check that out. It's inside the pharmacology course in your dashboard. There you go.
Yeah, so I think our next ones
MedSurge.
will be our MedSurge Live. What do we want to?
Yes. Okay, just follow me on Instagram, please.
Okay.
Because for us, unfortunately, right now in this time of our life, we have littles, and it's kind of hard to really pinpoint exactly when we're going to be live, because sometimes, little kids need you at the time that you planned to go on live video. So, that's why we do it at night. So follow me on Instagram, because I will usually post on stories that we're going to go live. So just follow all my stories on Instagram at Nursing SOS, and you will get, well, I don't think you won't get notified on Instagram, but just follow along with my stories, and I'll let you know when we're going live, and probably even what the topic's going to be about, because we're going to talk about MedSurge pretty soon. Probably our next one. Let's talk about MedSurge on our next one. We'll talk about dose calc soon. We're going to talk about NCLEX soon, the new NCLEX as well. So those are, I think, really the 3 topics that we're going to have coming up pretty soon.
Jennifer, hello.
Next week.
Welcome.
Hi, Jennifer.
From
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Desperately looking for clarity on my farm med cards. So that's what these are.
Yep, there you go.
Our farm
Pharmacology
flashcards. So again, right now, while we're live, if you go ahead and go to nursingsos.com/shop, we have our whole pharmacology box that has these for you. If you want to take a look at those and see if those will help you, use code LIVE for 10% off for the whole box.
Okay, I'm gonna take out the secret surprises.
Then,
so yeah, you will get the box with the
box.
It comes with the flashcards. So this will be packed with goodies for you, which is so exciting. So flashcards. We've got the medication reference guide for you.
Has all the medications
reference
with
guide
more
for
things
clinical.
for clinical.
Your badge card with key points and things that you have to know for clinical. So you will have this on your badge, your name badge, and then you'll get the step-by-step guide and some secret surprises as well. All right. So, what course is that? Oh, our Nursing SOS membership community. So it's the pharmacology course inside of our Nursing SOS membership community. So, we have a subscription membership. As you know, that's what we do. So we teach nursing students. Hello, my name is Christina, and I teach nursing students. If you are new to our world, we have it's called the Nursing SOS membership community. So we have helped thousands of nursing students.
We have a bunch of people on right now, part of our members. Hi, guys.
Our members. Hello. We have helped thousands of nursing students through our Nursing SOS membership community help you pass nursing school. So if you do not want to, just sit in a class and be confused about what your instructor is teaching and leave class feeling even more confused than when you went in, you can just come home, watch a video of me teaching it to you, and I will walk you through what you need to know for nursing school step by step. It is that easy. So inside our Nursing SOS membership community, we have a whole library of, like we said, pharmacology videos, but we also have MedSurge videos, fundamentals videos, mental health, critical care, like all the things. So
our community is really the one that Christina walks you through.
Yeah.
Nursing,
step by step,
school,
everything.
All together. There's a bunch of people in there in our private Facebook group. We have a lot of fun and help each other out. So
if you want me to hold your hand through nursing school, that's where you want to go.
If you are interested in that, it is closed right now, but we do open it a couple times a year. So go ahead and go to nursingschoolofsuccess.com/join.
Yep.
nursingschoolofsuccess.com/join to join the wait list, and you'll be the first to know when it opens up. again.
Yes, we do keep enrollment closed for the vast majority of the year simply because one reason. I like to focus my time on helping our members. So I want to make sure that I'm not splitting my time between like trying to get new students in the door and keeping our member or helping our members pass nursing school. That's not what we do. So when you are a Nursing SOS member, like we help you so much. Like you have access to our nursing team to ask questions. It's incredible. Like it is amazing how much value you get from our Nursing SOS membership community because we literally walk you through nursing school step by step. Like we are holding your hand through the whole thing. So that's what we like to do. So we don't keep it open for the whole year. We actually only open enrollment for 1 week at a time, just a couple times during the year. So make sure that you get on the wait list to be the first to know when enrollment opens. And then of course we will be talking about it on the lives, I'm sure, the more we do this. And so you'll know when enrollment opens if you follow us on Instagram, TikTok. I love TikTok. So just follow us in all the places and then you'll know when enrollment will open again. Yeah.
Hey Sandell, congrats.
Yay.
We'll ship it out. It's kind of nighttime here, so we'll ship it out in the morning. And
okay, so Sandell, you got the box. Okay, so
sorry,
so
we're kind of switching. So yes, the box, the orders that we get tonight, since it's nighttime and the post office is probably sleeping.
The post office is closed.
They're closed for business.
I will drop it off tomorrow for you.
They usually get there in like 2 to 3 days. Depending on where you are in the domestic US.
Yes.
So.
I will. Awesome. So you got the farm box and the dose calc box. So I am so excited for you. I love these boxes. Okay. And that dose calc box, you guys didn't see what's inside. Maybe we'll talk about that sometime because it is fantastic. I love that box too. So you're going to be so excited. I'm so excited for you. So I will drop that off at the post office tomorrow. So, if you guys ordered a box tonight, I will drop it off tomorrow. Don't worry. And usually the post office takes like 2 to 3 days to get it. It's pretty quick, which is really, really nice.
Fun.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that is pharmacology. Next live that we do, we are going to talk about med-surg.
I think that is the topic of the day or next topic. So med-surg.
Tinny, Amber, definitely worth it if you can become a member. Yes, it is amazing, like what our members say about our community. Like they love it. It is fantastic. It makes me so happy and it keeps me motivated to keep, obviously helping you. This is what we do. So I love to be as helpful as possible. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Just a couple minutes left. I know we have a lot of people coming on, so I'm going to say it one more time, but we did talk about our pharmacology box tonight with the flashcards, the medication reference guide, your clinical guide, secret surprises that I keep having to move out of the way because I'm not going to show them to you, but you get secret surprises in the box.
Card. Again, not a nurse. I don't actually know where this goes, but it's pretty cool. You can carry it around with you if that's what nurses do. I don't know.
But if you order it while we're on this live and until Matthew goes from here to his computer to turn it off, you will get 10% off your box if you order right now with the coupon code LIVE. So LIVE, okay, LIVE. So use that coupon code, go to nursingsos.com/shop. And coupon code LIVE, you can buy the farm box and the dose calc box. You will get 10% off your whole order while we're live.
Yeah. And people were asking how much it was. I looked it up. The farm box is $129 and 10% off that. I'm not going to do the math because I'm not a nurse, nor am I anything else.
You are so good at math.
So I am just here smiling.
He lies. He is so good at math. Cool. All right. So I hope that helps you guys. Like I said before, if you were just joining us, please, please, please go back, rewatch this live. Okay. Yes. Go back. Rewatch this live video because I walked through all of the tips for you that is really, really, really going to help you. Really, really, really.
I do the maths. You do the maths for me. I appreciate
So
that.
you're awesome. Yes, that's so funny. Oh, that's great. Tried to order, but it won't allow you to put in your brother's address. It's probably like a billing address issue. Just so if you have any issues with the order form, just make sure that the billing address for the card is the billing address of the card. That's usually what happens, is that it's the wrong zip code or something. So just make sure that the address is correct, the one that's attached to the card. So I hope that helps.
Yes.
Marina, sorry about that, but no, it has to like be the right zip code and everything. So okay, you guys, thank
All
you so
right.
much. The next
Take
live
care.
video, we are going to talk about MedSurge. So follow me on Instagram. I will tell you when we're going live, and let's do it.
Yes.
Let's jam on MedSurge
And
next time.
Again, we are doing more live, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Scott, especially, like I said, I've been capturing all these questions that we can't get to. And Scott, I like your question. We just can't get to it right now. So I have copied that on. Subscribe, hit the bell, join us for future lives, and we'll get to that. That's a really good topic that will help a lot of people for sure.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking that. And we will we'll get to more of your questions and help you guys out. So thank you very much.
All right, you guys.
All right.
We will see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Instagram, and bye, YouTube. See you later.